The comfort zone, that silent trap woven by repetition and fear of the unknown, threatens not just our evolution, but the very essence of who we are and who we could become. In this essay, we'll explore vital lessons for freeing oneself from this invisible prison, inspired by the ancient philosophy of Stoicism, a compass for those seeking inner strength and mastery over their emotions. So, go ahead and subscribe and hit like for this video to reach more people. Let's get started. First, understand that discomfort is a sign of growth. In our journey through life, we often encounter challenging moments, those that take us out of our comfort zone and provoke a sense of discomfort. These moments, although they may seem adverse at first glance, hide a deep truth, a valuable lesson brilliantly captured by the words of Epictetus, one of the most illustrious thinkers of Stoic philosophy. He offers us a transformative perspective. It's not the events themselves that disturb us, but our reaction to them. Instead of viewing discomfort as an adversary, we should embrace it as a strict yet fair mentor, pushing us to transcend our limitations. This mentor doesn't come to defeat us, but to forge us in the fire of adversity, allowing us to achieve a more resilient and evolved version of ourselves. It is in the heart of this discomfort that the potential for growth and personal transformation resides. Imagine yourself as a rough diamond. Just as pressure and heat transform coal into a precious gem, uncomfortable experiences shape our character, revealing our inner strength and brilliance. Every challenge, every obstacle is a disguised opportunity to expand our horizons and strengthen our spirit. Therefore, the next time you face a situation that takes you out of your comfort, take a deep breath and see it not as a barrier, but as a step towards your growth. Remember that in the vast tapestry of life, each thread of discomfort is essential for weaving the magnificent work of art that is your existence. Face each challenge with courage and openness, for it is through them that you will blossom into your full potential. This shift in perspective may not be easy, but it is incredibly rewarding. By adopting this approach, you not only overcome adversities, but also transform the process into a journey of self-discovery and self-development. Discomfort ceases to be an obstacle and becomes an invitation to overcome, a call to the adventure of life, where every step out of the comfort zone is a step towards your personal growth. In summary, let discomfort be your guide, your teacher. Let it shape you, challenge you, and above all, allow yourself to learn from it. Thus, you will not only overcome difficult moments, but also emerge from them stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the next challenges life has in store for you. This is the essence of personal growth, a path paved not with ease, but with resilience, determination, and an unwavering will to become the best version of yourself. Second, let go of the need for external control. Continuing on our journey of self-discovery and growth, let's delve into another pearl of wisdom, this time from Marcus Aurelius, a notable leader of the Roman Empire and a fervent practitioner of Stoic philosophy. He gifts us with powerful advice that resonates through the centuries. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This statement encapsulates a fundamental truth about personal freedom and control. We live in a world where we often feel at the mercy of circumstances beyond our control. Whether in the workplace, in relationships, or in various everyday situations, the pursuit of external control can become an inexhaustible source of frustration and discontent. Marcus Aurelius's wisdom invites us to shift our focus, recognizing that while we cannot master the winds of change, we have total command over the sails of our inner vessel. True freedom, then, is not a matter of shaping the world to our will, but of cultivating an unshakable mind, capable of facing any storm with serenity and resolve. This means learning to accept what we cannot change, focusing our energy on what is within our reach, our perceptions, our responses, and our actions. By embracing this understanding, we initiate a profound transformation. We move from being prisoners of our desires for control over the uncontrollable to becoming masters of our own mind. This shift in perspective is liberating. It allows us to navigate life with greater peace and confidence, aware that, regardless of the external storms, the command over our reactions and emotions remains with us. Imagine for a moment that you are an experienced sailor navigating through unknown seas. You cannot command the winds or the waves, but you can adjust your sails and choose the best course of action. Such is life, unpredictable, often challenging, but always navigable with the internal compass of reason and resilience. Therefore, I invite you to reflect on the areas of your life where the pursuit of external control has drained your energy. Ask yourself, what is truly under my control? By doing this reflection, you will begin to realize the power that lies in your ability to choose your attitude in the face of life's vicissitudes. By adopting this mindset, you not only find the strength mentioned by Marcus Aurelius, but also discover a path to a more fulfilling and meaningful existence. You learn to value internal freedom above external uncertainties, finding peace and satisfaction regardless of the conditions around you. In summary, by letting go of the illusion of external control and focusing on what we can truly influence, we embark on a journey of self-discovery and empowerment. This is the essence of a life lived with purpose and calm, a life that, regardless of the external storms, is guided by an internal light of wisdom and serenity. Third, turn obstacles into opportunities. As we navigate through the waters of life, we are inevitably faced with waves of challenges that seem like insurmountable obstacles. Yet, inspired by the immortal wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, we are reminded of a powerful truth. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This transformative perspective teaches us to view each difficulty not as a hindrance, but as a precious opportunity for growth and personal evolution. The obstacles we encounter on our journey are indeed the architects of our resilience and adaptability. Each of these challenges is like a strict teacher whose lessons are designed not to stop us, but to strengthen us. By facing these challenges head-on, instead of sidestepping them, we pave the way for the development of skills and qualities that might remain dormant on a smoother path. Turning obstacles into opportunities is an exercise in creativity and perspective. It requires us to ask ourselves, how can I use this situation to my advantage? What skills can I develop here? What is the hidden lesson in this challenge? These questions guide us beyond the initial frustration and direct us towards a path of discovery and possibilities. Imagine each obstacle as a stone in the river of your life. You can choose to go around it, staying in the safety of familiar waters, or use it as a stepping stone to propel yourself into new currents. By choosing the latter approach, you not only overcome the challenge, but also gain momentum to reach previously unexplored territories of your own capacity and potential. This transformation of obstacles into steps for our development is a continuous process of learning and self-improvement. Each challenge faced with courage and determination teaches us more about who we are, about our strengths and weaknesses, and about how we can transcend our limitations. Moreover, this approach better prepares us for future challenges. We develop a growth mindset that allows us to face life with a more proactive and positive stance. We become more flexible and adaptable, capable of navigating through changes and uncertainties with greater ease and confidence. Here's a challenge for you. For 30 days, choose to live each moment with presence and purpose. Say no to procrastination and the fear of failure. Embrace every opportunity to grow. Remember, real change begins with conscious action. If you accept this challenge, comment "New Beginnings" and today's date, and I'll mark your response so you won't forget. Let's continue. Fourth, practice selective indifference. Stoic wisdom offers us a powerful tool to navigate the complexities of life with serenity and purpose. The practice of apatheia, or selective indifference. This concept does not refer to a lack of care or emotional disconnection from the world around us, but rather to a conscious choice not to allow our inner balance to be disturbed by circumstances beyond our control. By exercising selective indifference, we focus on what is within our reach, our own actions, reactions, and attitudes. This practice involves a deliberate detachment from excessive concerns with material comforts, others' opinions, and external events we cannot influence. In doing so, we not only preserve our energy for more essential matters aligned with our values, but also cultivate an inner freedom that enables us to face life with greater courage and determination. Selective indifference, therefore, is a choice of where we focus our attention and energy. In a world flooded with stimuli and constant demands, learning to discern between what deserves our emotional response and what can be accepted with tranquility is a vital skill. This does not mean ignoring problems or abdicating our responsibility to contribute to a better world, but adopting a stance of conscious engagement, where our actions are guided by intention and purpose, not by impulsive reactions or distractions. Imagine your mind as a garden. Selective indifference is the process of carefully choosing which seeds to plant, water, and cultivate. By selecting only those aligned with your values and goals, you create an inner space that flourishes, resistant to the weeds of trivial concerns and passing discomforts. This inner garden becomes a refuge of peace and a point of strength, from where you can act in the world with clarity and conviction. Practicing selective indifference also means embracing the impermanence and uncertainty of life with a spirit of acceptance. Recognizing that many aspects of our existence are out of our control frees us to focus on what we can effectively influence, our choices and attitudes, in the face of the challenges and opportunities life presents. Furthermore, by adopting a stance of indifference towards distractions and external comforts, we make room in our lives for deeper, more meaningful goals. Free from the incessant pursuit of approval or material accumulation, we can devote ourselves to passions, relationships, and causes that truly enrich our existence and contribute to the greater good. Fifth, reassess your values. Stoic philosophy invites us to a deep and continuous examination of our values, urging us to distinguish between superficial desires and the authentic needs that underpin a meaningful life. This process of critical introspection is essential for freeing ourselves from the golden handcuffs of convenience, excessive comfort, and illusory security, which often keep us in a state of complacency and mediocrity. By reassessing our values, we are encouraged to question social conventions and expectations that shape our perception of success and happiness. This involves an honest reflection on what we truly value and what is merely a reflection of society-imposed aspirations. By making this distinction, we can begin to disentangle ourselves from external pressures and construct a path more aligned with our authentic principles and deeper aspirations. This re-evaluation process is not a one-time act, but a continuous practice that requires vigilance and a willingness to confront discomforts. Discovering that many of our needs are, in fact, desires conditioned by external influences can be an uncomfortable but liberating awakening. It allows us to identify and discard what is superfluous, focusing on what truly enriches our lives and contributes to our personal and spiritual growth. Differentiating between superficial desires and true needs helps us live more intentionally and focused, instead of incessantly pursuing new material acquisitions or social validation. We begin to value experiences, relationships, and activities that promote our well-being, happiness, and personal development. This realignment of values empowers us to live with greater authenticity, satisfaction, and purpose. Moreover, by freeing ourselves from the golden handcuffs, we gain greater flexibility to face life's challenges. Dependence on material comforts and security can make us vulnerable to the changes and uncertainties inherent in human existence. In contrast, valuing internal qualities such as resilience, gratitude, and compassion strengthens us to navigate life's storms with equanimity and courage. Sixth, cultivate presence and conscious action. Cultivating presence and conscious action is fundamental on the Stoic path to a fulfilling and accomplished life. Stoic philosophy teaches us to value the present moment, not just as an abstract concept, but as the main stage where life truly unfolds. Often the comfort zone lures us with the false security that the future will offer a better opportunity to act, to be who we wish to be, or to do what we want to do. However, waiting for perfect conditions is a cycle of procrastination and inaction that distances us from true fulfillment. Adopting a Stoic approach means recognizing that every moment is precious, and that procrastination fueled by fear of failure or by the pursuit of an idealized future is an obstacle to our growth. The practice of presence encourages us to focus on the now, seizing opportunities to act according to our principles and values without delay. This involves a courageous acceptance that failure is a natural part of the learning and growth process, and that waiting for the perfect moment is an illusion that paralyzes us. Conscious action, in turn, is the practice of engaging in activities with full attention and clear intention. It's not about acting for the sake of action, but about aligning our actions with our deepest goals and values. This means making deliberate decisions about how we invest our time and energy, choosing paths that lead to personal growth and meaningful contribution to the world around us. By cultivating presence and conscious action, we free ourselves from the shackles of procrastination and fear. We learn to value each experience, each challenge, and each moment of joy as integral parts of our journey. This approach allows us to live more fully, using the present to shape the future we desire, instead of passively waiting for it to unfold. Imagine your life as a series of present moments, each carrying within it the seed of countless possibilities. By choosing to live each of these moments with presence and purpose, you become the sculptor of your own existence, capable of transforming each instant into a masterpiece. If you're enjoying this, don't miss out on the opportunity. Purchase the ebook now, Stoicism in the 21st Century, Ancient Strategies for Modern Challenges, and unlock your prosperity, abundance, and improve your relationships with this ebook. Link in the pinned comment. Seventh, accept what you cannot change. As we delve further into the depths of Stoic teachings, we encounter a principle that serves as a beacon to navigate the sometimes turbulent waters of human existence: the acceptance of what is beyond our power to change. This premise, fundamental to achieving serenity, teaches us about the importance of recognizing and embracing the unceasing flow of life. Understanding that change is the only true constant. The journey towards acceptance is not a path of passivity or resignation, but one of wisdom and strength. It is the acknowledgement that, although we cannot control all external circumstances, We have full capacity to manage our internal responses to these situations. By embracing this principle, we free ourselves from much of the unnecessary suffering that comes from resisting the inevitable, from the fruitless attempt to shape the world solely according to our desires. Fighting against the uncontrollable is like trying to hold water in closed hands. Ultimately, it escapes, leaving us only with a sense of frustration. On the other hand, by opening our hands and allowing the water to flow freely, we discover not just the beauty of its fluidity, but also the peace that comes with accepting its natural course. This acceptance does not mean a lack of action in the face of life's challenges, but rather a conscious choice to focus our energy and efforts on areas where we can truly make a difference. It means distinguishing between what is within our power to change and what is beyond it, dedicating ourselves wholly to the former while letting go of the latter. The practice of acceptance is, in essence, an exercise in humility and courage. It requires humility to recognize our limitations and courage to face life with an open and receptive stance, confident that, even in the face of the unpredictable and uncontrollable, we have the resilience needed to adapt and thrive. Imagine for a moment that you are a tree. The seasons change around you. The wind blows, the rain falls, the sun shines, and yet you remain rooted, strong and resilient. You do not resist the storms but adapt to them, flexible, allowing the leaves to be taken by the wind when the time comes. This is the essence of acceptance, the ability to remain steadfast and flourish regardless of external conditions. Eighth, practice self-sufficiency. Within the vast array of Stoic teachings, one of the most empowering concepts is that of self-sufficiency. This principle guides us to understand that true contentment and peace are not achieved through the accumulation of material goods or external recognition, but are found in the richness of our inner world. Self-sufficiency is the art of cultivating an internal source of satisfaction and happiness that does not depend on external factors. This notion of contentment emanating from within challenges many contemporary paradigms, which often associate happiness with material success or social acceptance. However, by embracing self-sufficiency, we discover an unparalleled freedom, the freedom to be truly ourselves, regardless of external circumstances. Practicing self-sufficiency means investing in our own journey of personal growth, seeking self-knowledge, and strengthening our character. It means learning to appreciate and value our own company, recognizing that, although external relationships and connections are important and enriching, the most vital company is the one we keep with ourselves. As we cultivate a sense of internal contentment, we begin to see material possessions and social recognition for what they truly are. Complements to our existence, not the foundations of our happiness. This does not imply a rejection of these elements, but a re-evaluation of their importance in our lives. Imagine your happiness as a plant that you cultivate in the garden of your being. Self-sufficiency is the fertile soil that allows this plant to grow robust and flourish, regardless of the external weather conditions. Watering this plant means dedicating time to activities that nourish your soul, such as meditation, reading, art, or any other practice that brings peace and joy. The practice of self-sufficiency also involves accepting oneself, with all one's virtues and flaws. It is an invitation to celebrate your own humanity, recognizing that perfection is a myth, and that true growth comes through acceptance and self-love. And ninth, adopt an objective viewpoint. Adopting an objective viewpoint is another central pillar in Stoic philosophy, offering a powerful strategy for dealing with life's vicissitudes with balance and discernment. This principle teaches us to cultivate an emotional detachment from the circumstances surrounding us, allowing us to observe our experiences with clarity and objectivity. By doing so, we pave the way for more considered decisions based on reason rather than on impulses or immediate emotional reactions. This approach does not suggest a suppression of emotions or a life devoid of passion. On the contrary, it's about recognizing that, although our emotions are a vital part of who we are, they do not have to dictate our actions or perceptions. By emotionally distancing ourselves from events and viewing them under a more neutral light, we gain the ability to evaluate different perspectives and choose the path that best aligns with our values and goals. Imagine yourself as a film director, observing the scenes of your life through the lens of a camera. This metaphor helps us understand the value of viewing our existence as if we were one step back, allowing for a broader appreciation and a deeper understanding of the unfolding events. This perspective empowers us to respond to situations more deliberately, avoiding hasty reactions that could lead to unnecessary regrets or complications. Practicing objective viewing also involves recognizing that many of the problems we face are amplified by our interpretations and emotional reactions. By adopting a more neutral stance, we can see challenges for what they truly are, stripped of the layers of meaning we often attribute to them. This not only helps us find more effective solutions, but also reduces the unnecessary suffering that can come from a distorted perception of reality. Moreover, an objective viewpoint is a valuable tool for developing empathy and mutual understanding. By distancing ourselves from our own emotions, we become more open to seeing things from others' perspectives, promoting more harmonious and constructive relationships. 10th, develop empathy and understanding. As we deepen our understanding of Stoic principles, we encounter a call to develop empathy and understanding as foundations for a harmonious and enriching life. This guidance leads us to recognize the importance of putting ourselves in others' shoes, of trying to see the world through their lenses, not just as an exercise in compassion, but as an essential means to cultivate patience, tolerance, and ultimately, peace. Empathy, the ability to feel with another, is a powerful force that breaks down barriers and builds bridges between people. It allows us to understand the motivations, feelings, and circumstances that shape others' actions, even when they seem, at first glance, incomprehensible or irrational. By adopting an empathetic stance, we open our hearts to the rich tapestry of human experiences, recognizing the universality of our struggles and aspirations. Seeing the world through the eyes of others is also a practice of humility and openness, teaching us to suspend hasty judgments and to appreciate the complexity of human behavior. This does not mean agreeing with all opinions or validating all actions, but rather seeking to understand the deep roots from which they originate. This understanding enables us to respond with greater sensitivity and consideration, fostering more constructive dialogues and more meaningful relationships. Cultivating empathy and understanding is especially crucial in times of conflict or disagreement. In these moments, the ability to see beyond our own perspectives and acknowledge the validity of others' experiences can be the first step toward the peaceful resolution of differences. By approaching others with a spirit of openness and curiosity, rather than defense or antagonism, we create a space for mutual understanding and reconciliation. Furthermore, as we develop our empathy, we become better equipped to contribute positively to the world around us. A deep understanding of others' needs and challenges motivates us to act in more conscious and altruistic ways, whether by offering emotional support or working together to solve collective problems. 11th, practice courage daily. Within the vast treasure of Stoic wisdom, the practice of courage holds a prominent place. This principle teaches us that true courage does not lie in the absence of fear, but in the ability to face and overcome our fears. It is a constant invitation to extend the boundaries of our known world, to challenge the limits of our comfort zone, and, with each act of bravery, to come closer to the essence of our being. Courage is essentially a choice, the decision to act, even when uncertainty and fear whisper in our ears. Each time we choose to face the unknown, each time we take a step toward a goal despite the doubts that may arise, we are exercising courage. And it is in this exercise that we discover our strength, resilience, and potential for transformation. Practicing courage daily does not mean seeking out risk without reason or ignoring the real dangers that may appear on our path. Rather, it's about recognizing when fear serves as a useful warning signal and when it becomes a barrier to our growth. Courage invites us to make this distinction, to evaluate our choices not by the absence of fear but by the presence of values and purposes we consider greater than our apprehensions. Every step out of the comfort zone, no matter how small, is a celebration of our capacity for overcoming. These steps are the foundational stones in building the path toward our true self, toward that version of ourselves more aligned with our dreams and aspirations. By challenging ourselves to act despite fear, we not only expand our horizons, but also strengthen our self-confidence and our faith in our own ability to face life's challenges. Imagine your journey of personal growth as a climb. The mountain before you is steep, and the path is uncertain. There are moments when the fear of falling seems insurmountable, yet each step forward, each hold gained, not only brings you closer to the summit, but also transforms you. You become stronger, more skilled, and above all, more aware of your own courage. This path is not for the faint of heart. It requires internal fortitude, a willingness to face the unknown, and the ability to see beyond immediate comfort to lasting growth. But for those who dare to follow this path, the rewards are invaluable: freedom, peace, and a life lived with purpose and meaning. We are capable of much more than our fears and comforts allow us to believe. By adopting these Stoic lessons, we can unlock our untapped potential and live lives that reflect our highest aspirations. Let this be a call to action, not just to challenge oneself, but to transform your life. This text is an invitation to look inward and outward, to recognize the chains that bind us and have the courage to break them. It's a reminder that true greatness comes not from avoiding difficulty, but from overcoming it. May each of us find the strength to leave our comfort zone and embrace the vast, unpredictable, but undeniably beautiful mystery of life.